The lost caverns of Ixalan have brought us fresh new pirates. It's time to crack open the Cavern of Souls and name some pirates. That doesn't really work, does it? Yeah, we'll keep it. Okay, welcome back, vintage gamers. I'm currently amidst of a heated battle in the TFT box tournament. I thought I was going to be eliminated, but I had just a series of first place at the end of last night, so I am still alive, which means I'll be streaming more TFT, which means I need to make sure I get a video out to you, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm going to I'm going to record this off-stream Vintage League for you now, and hopefully you'll be able to see it on Wednesday. What I have for you here is the return of pirates. Pretty excited, actually. It's always very fun to play a Cavern of Souls deck, especially a blue Cavern of Souls deck. So we have pirates. We have 10 pirates, 11 pirates. We have 11 pirates. We have 4 of the classic Hold Breacher, the best pirate because it is blue. And also it's very good in the current metagame of Jewel. I have 2 of Commander Staple and Dockside Extortionist. I have never gotten this card to work in Vintage, but some people have had success, so we're going to try it. Theoretically, in a world where everyone's playing Urza Saga and Jewel, this card should be pretty good. So ETBs make X tokens, treasure tokens, equal to the number of artifacts and enchantments your opponent controls. We are testing the new card, Broadside Bombardiers. Bombardiers? It is a 2/2 menace with Boast. Notably, Boast can only be activated once per turn and only if you attack, but a menace haste 2/2 is likely to get the Boast to be activated. What we're going to do is you can sacrifice another creature or artifact, and it will deal 2 plus the sacrifice permanent's mana value to any target. So we can throw Moxen for little shocks. We can throw used up Dockside Extortionists for 4 damage. We could even throw a Fury for a cool 7 damage. A theoretical Magical Christmas Land line would be attack with Broadside. They maybe have 1 creature in play or something, or they have nothing in play maybe, and we just dome them for 7. Or maybe we Fury kill their 1 creature and then dome them for 7, or some series of things like that. I have also included 1 Breeches, Eager Pillager. Man, I cannot pronounce names today. I don't know what this does. Let's read it together. First strike, 3/3. Whenever a pirate you control attacks, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Create a treasure. Target creature can't block. Exile top card. These are all like pretty reasonable things to be doing, and it doesn't need to attack itself. It can be played and then something else can attack. I thought this card was suggested to me, and it meets the minimum bar of being pretty reasonably statted 3/3 first strike and have abilities. So it also ups my red count and ups my pirate count. So I thought we would try it. So 2 new cards today. We are trying Breeches, Eager Pillager. Wow, crazy. And Broadside Bombardiers. The rest of this deck is very straightforward. It is a blue Tinker Shell. So full suite of Moxen, Tolarian Academy, Strip Mine, full set of not full set, but like most of your broken blue cards, including a pile of forces, a single dress down in a braid as some pieces of interaction to deal with problems, and some spell pierces to do some countering. Sideboard straightforward, anti-bazaar, anti-jewel. Not that we need too much more anti-jewel, but I kind of want more anti-jewel. Some anti-shops, some anti-combo, more anti-bazaar creature decks. I didn't put any removal because we have all these Furies, but maybe we need dismembers in the board for mono white still. Hopefully these 4 main deck Furies can get us there. Our red count is not amazing, but our red count is doable. So we're going to try it. Hopefully this league will be fun and interactive, and we will hopefully throw something really large. I guess the largest thing we can throw is a Fury or a Citadel. If we attack and throw a Citadel, I will declare this league to be worth. See you in round 1. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. All right, round 1. We got everyone's favorite Bergamo. Got a high good luck. Got a Fury Bombardier and no counter spell. Let's jam it. We can attack with our Broadside Bombardier and send this Mana Vault for fun. I feel like we should go get a Volcanic Island. All right. We're going bombarding. 3 damage. So it's a 5 damage on turn 1. Broken. Calling it now. Opponent has got a Reader. New card. Fancy Commander new card. A classic. Oh, we're Resolvers too. Of course, we don't have a counter spell. So if our opponent simply kills us, it's bad. All right. Question is, do I throw this Mana Vault? Sure. Why not? Boom! Take 3. Big. Underground Sea. That's bad. That's very bad for the home team. I need a blue card. That's also very bad for the home team. All right. Well, silly me for playing red cards in my format. What was I thinking? They don't even have an artifact or an enchantment, so it's not like I can make red and hard cast. All right. I'm gonna throw this at you. They're at 11. I don't know. That does not seem fast enough against Underground Sea Ancestral, but maybe they'll be merciful. Wait, Tundra? Tundra? That's good. Demonic? It's probably bad. I wish I had a single blue card in my hand. Black Lotus. Green. Wait, what? Delighted Halfling. Delighted Halfling. Oh no. Oh no, opponent. I'm sorry. I thought you were doing something good. Maybe they'll just counter my Fury. So if I attack, I can fling this Pearl and kill one. Or they can double block and just trades. I feel like we should just Fury this. It's unfortunate because this is the exact scenario where I thought it was Christmas Land to be able to throw a Fury. Like, I can't attack and throw a Fury unless they just didn't block for some reason. All right. They probably just force this anyways, right? No. Okay. Those halflings are dead, but I can't fling my Fury, which is unfortunate. I don't think I'm willing to fling this Pearl. The good news is they Demonic Tutor for a Black Lotus to cast 2 Delighted Halflings in their Underground Sea Tundra deck, so that's the good news. Wasteland. Oh no. What will I do? He said, as he knew exactly what he would do. Cry. I mean, I got the 2/2 Menace Haste with an additional 2 damage in the board. What's this? Lavinia? Oh. It does turn off my Force of Negation, but I can throw shit at it. Wait, this card's kind of nice, though. Wait, is this card just kind of nice, though? Well, I don't have any lands. I was worried about getting Wastelanded, but... This is Menace, so I can just hit them first. I kind of needed a red land, so I didn't really have a choice, right? All right. Die, Lavinia. Oh, wait, we're having a good time. Vampiric down to 5? Oh no, just Lorien. Oh no, Lorien fixed their mana. The tropical island is coming. Love a good delighted halfling deck. All right. Oko. Broko. Leovold. Okay. I still got Menace Haste. I don't have anything else though. If they simply have another card, I do die. This negation has not countered anything. Mostly because I drew it after they cast Ancestral Demonic Black Lotus. Blue. And what? And blue and Treasure Cruise? Looks like a Treasure Cruise. Oh, Brainstorm. No. Wait, I just should have pitched one of my freaking cantrips into this the Leovold. It's okay. I don't think that's gonna matter very much. No, they had another delighted halfling. It's doomed. Wait. It is not doomed. There's a chance. Unfortunately, again, I won't be able to throw this Fury for 7 damage, but... Legendary blue? Oh god, is it Oko? Mother, this guy. Come on. Okay. What do we do? Lose? Looks like a lose angle. My opponent, unfortunately, had too many creatures for my Menace deck. I also played one Volcanic Island and then never had another land for the whole game. Not that I want to draw a land, because a land doesn't really help me here, but... Man. Alright, get me out of here. Almost. The Broadside Bomber almost went the distance. Maybe I should have held back on my throwing until I had better things to throw. That's probably... I probably should just not throw... I just didn't really think it'd be around for that long. Like, if they ever Oko it, you know? Alright. Pyroblast. Kills Oko. Portal. Seems like a good time. Sphinx. I think I might have swords. I don't really know if I want to play negation if my opponent's going to play like a bunch of delighted halfling plus. I don't know. I don't really know how to fight, what angle to fight on in this deck. We don't exactly have enough removal spells to like kill halfling every time. Let's just play one Pierce, I guess. It's fine. I thought we were going the distance there. It truly felt like we were going the distance. Not really, but... I feel that game was kind of close. I can go the distance. Yeah, I mean, this feels hard to pass up. I don't feel like this hand is good, but if they cast turn 1 Ancestral on me again, maybe. Maybe not. A classic blue control player hand. No. I don't actually know if piercing this is better than pyroblasting this. Probably is not. Island Ancestral. Do me. Do me dirty. I'm just spouting random words at this point. Okay. Strip Mine Black Lotus. Energy Flux. Why do they have an Energy Flux? Okay, I don't care. Sure. I do lose my Pearl for no reason, but my opponent did invest the Black Lotus into an Energy Flux, so I can kill it at any time because I'm a Pyroblast deck. Oh, I should have pitched my Pyroblast though. Spell Piercing was dubious. Ancestral Recall. Well, I only regret everything here, so. Definitely on a wait angle here, at least until I have a blue card, if not blue plus land drop. All right, well, I can see Mana Vault not being very good against Energy Flux. They have a Savannah in this deck. This deck just doesn't do colors, huh? So this deck has a Savannah and a Caracas, and it's playing Lorien Revealed? I'm so upset. Can we be real? Oh, I should definitely have Ancestral in response. It's fine. I was too upset about the fact that there's a Savannah in this deck. I'm gonna Pyroblast this. I guess it's kind of bad if I had to force back. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna Ancestral right now. Man, I drew the land after. There's no way they'll daze me in their Savannah deck, right? They had Force of Will Negation. Wow, that is discipline. That's pretty impressive. Okay. Well, if I draw a land, I can hardcast a Fury. Or that. That's fine, too. I can throw it on my first turn here, so I don't have to pay for the Energy Flux. I'm getting Mental Missteps. Okay. Sure. If you exist. Halfling. You got it. All right. We've drawn some lands. Notably good for the home team. Going bombing. I should say we're going bombarding. Not a legend. Blue, white, Lavinia. Lavinia is so good against my Fury. Wait, no. Teferi? Narset. Noted. There's no way there's a Narset in this like 20 creature deck. In the Savannah deck, the Savannah deck has a Narset, and I'm... Okay, question. Do we save this Ruby to maybe hardcast a Fury? Or do we play this Ruby to throw at a Delighted Halfling? I think we should just throw it at this Halfling. They did get a Brainstorm off this, but I mean, their mana doesn't work. They literally can't cast spells. All right, Brainstorm. Hopefully you lock yourself. This Force of Will has never looked worse. That Spell Pierce play was so bad. I should just Pyroblasted. I didn't want my opponent to see my hand. I think it's probably important my opponent didn't see my hand in this game. But, like, man, was that choice bad. Just never drew another blue card. Drew 8 million more red cards. To be fair, I do have more blue cards than red cards in my deck. But I'm at least happy my opponent played an Energy Flux off their Black Lotus instead of like a Narset off their Black Lotus or an Oko off their Black Lotus. That was good for me. Energy Flux is not a card I cared that much about. It's not like, doesn't do nothing. Ooh, but it doesn't do much. All right, what do you got for me? Sapphire, Oko, Baroko, Teferi, Prismatic Ending. I see. I can't cast this Ponder because there's a Narset in play. I'm going to hold on to it because I think having a Force here where my opponent has one card in hand and Brainstorm lock themselves is fine. I don't feel like I want to like use my Fury to kill just a Narset. If they like play a creature, then I can kill the Fury. Yeah, so now I can Fury the Narset and the creature, and we're in a much better spot. I draw Black Lotus and Hardcast. Mental Misstep. All right. Pitch Cast Fury. Boom, boom, boom. 2 and 2. Cast Ponder. Hull Breacher, Dockside Extortionist, and then Black Lotus. Dockside Extortionist gains 1 because there's an enchantment in play. All right, well, I think this is fine. I think taking a Hull Breacher is good enough. Fetch land. Watch this. Bayou. There's a Bayou and a Savannah in the Lorien revealed deck, and you slammed a Karn? Do I have to counter this? I feel like I don't. Just doesn't feel like a card that I need to counter. Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, you got it. Big. I don't even think I have a Delve spell in my deck. I just decided I didn't want that. Yeah, I think I correctly evaluated that Karn is not a card that matters here. Though whatever this is probably does. They drew a Teferi off the top of the library. That is disgusting. Reaching. Right, I have a Black Lotus. I think I'm just supposed to play this Dockside even though it doesn't do anything just because it does damage. Like if they were to play a halfling and block, I at least am still hitting the Karn or something. Or if they like draw Leovold off the top. Nice. All right, Karn down. Ancestral turned off. We're living in a world. Sure, you got it. I wasn't going to pay 2 anyways. Another Breacher? Big. Huge. Attack Karn. Attack Bergamo. Yeah, sure. Beautiful mana. Lovely mana. Halfling. You got it. Cavern. Forgot we were playing Cavern. Not that I have seen like that many forces from my opponent, but surely they have forces. You dead? You dead. You love to see it. Okay. My Breeches is scared of that Caracas, though. Poor guy. Forgot we're playing Twisties. Man, it was unbelievably good for us that our opponent decided to Black Lotus out an energy flux. I guess that's the power of a brew. If my opponent could see my deck list, there's just no world in which they would even bring in energy flux. So all right, what do you got? What's going on, Bergamo? Let's battle. Let's do the battle. Play first. Agreed. Twister. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand, but it's got some serious issues. Okay, it's not too bad against Seago though. Ancestral. Just gonna pitch this Twister. Doesn't look like we're really in a spot to Twister. Of course. Resolvers. You got it. I'm gonna hold the Sapphire. Don't think playing Dockside into nothing is very good. Dockside's not really good against my opponent's deck, unfortunately, but land would be great. That's not land. All right, well. Yep. I think we're going to lose this game. Opponent has drawn Ancestral Recall multiple times, and we have not. That's actually not true, right? Did we cast Ancestral in one of these games? Halfling. They're very deliberate about playing their halflings before casting their payoffs. Just smart. Gonna have to kill it, I think. Just can't seem to draw lands in this deck. It's a little land light. 15 plus full big blue Moxen. That's a very 16 plus full big blue Moxen. That's a very traditional amount. Well, at least I got my Fury in before I got Lavinia, but I did hold my Sapphire, so if I had played my Sapphire, I'd be able to Bombardier and kill this Lavinia. Oh, I guess I should have played my Sapphire out. Oko, Broco? What is this? Karn. Just gonna cash in the Spell Pierce. There isn't really a better time for this anyway. This Lavinia might just kill me because I didn't play my Sapphire out. It was no problem if I had played my Sapphire out. But I guess if like the Karn had resolved, it would have killed the Sapphire. Time walk. I simply do not have lands. Mana Vault, Soul Ring, Portal to Phyrexia. God bless. I feel like this my draws could not have gone worse in this game. It was kind of a sketchy keep, to be honest. Maybe I'm just like not even allowed to keep a one land, one mox on a draw. I don't know. It's okay. My opponent's deck is full throttle here. No problems. All right, drew a land, big. No point in fetching. That's not the one. All right, definitely gonna play the one with haste. Get in there on Teferi. Nope, they just have Swords to Plowshares. Awesome. Okay. How dare I? Tried to play the game. Terrible of me. This not playing Sapphire is really bad, though. Oh, now they play the Moxen. I'm gonna pitch my Dockside Extortionist. Ah, yeah. The fact that this deck plays Lorien Revealed is so tilting. Yeah, this game is not remotely winnable now. Oh, now we're holding it back. I mean, that was a good draw. But it's not enough. All right. Enough Bergamo for me. Good God. Mercy. All right, we'll try this again, but a little less Bergamo. Oh, no. What is my deck? My deck just doesn't function. All right. Risk it for the biscuit. I will not be called a coward. This hand almost slaps. It's fine. It's probably fine. It's probably fine, I would say. I would say that this is totally a reasonable no mana. I mean, like, think about it. If Probe doesn't buy me blue mana, I can still play a Dockside on turn 2 if they play any Moxen, and then everything is fine. Or hear me out, they're mono white, and I just immediately draw Sapphire, and they're dead. I could even Twister them if I wanted. It's probably better on turn 2. What are they playing on turn 1? White Plume or Boromir? Okay. That Probe hitting Sapphire is absurd. So I assume we're going Mana Crypt, Cavern on Cleric or something. Human? We're going Boromir? All right, opponent. If you say so. Only if opponent casts a spell if no mana was spent on it. They played a Chrome Mox for my Dockside Extortionist. Dockside Extortionist does not make any mana, correct? I don't have double blue, though. Oh, now I have double blue. It does fix me. I actually don't think we're... Well, we have a Hull Breacher, so we should Twister. All right. Dockside. Dockside. Hull Breacher. We did it. Twisties. Lose your hand. That didn't really have a hand anyways. I get a bunch of treasure. Let's play a Soul Ring. Pass. I believe we did the thing. See? Keeping the risky hand pays off. They hit a human for their cavern. Let's just dress down it. And brainstorm. Mox, shuffle. I guess I could shuffle off Ponder if I wanted to. I don't really need an academy. Ponder. Hull Breacher. Wait, Citadel is no good with a Boromir in play. Maybe they'll trade. If they don't trade, what do I do? I mean, they have to trade eventually, right? Oh, wait, did I put a cavern on top? I put a hull breacher. I guess they can block and make one this indestructible. Oh, I'm just gonna take it to the face place. Okay, sure enough, you got it. Next turn, I can play a citadel and then play the cavern off the top if I want. I guess these have vigilance, so I actually take 1,000,000 damage here. Maybe this was a dumb play. I have to clock them somehow. Wait, I can just use the citadel and kill them. Never mind. Wait, will I have enough afterwards? They drew another human? Things are actually kind of bad, right? Well, they can just mana crypt and die. Oh. Obviously, I can't cast anything off this, but... Alright. If they mana crypt, they immediately die. They lost the flip. Die. Boom. Why was that game kind of close? I'm really glad I played those Dockside Extortionists too for 0 mana. That game was way too close for no reason. All right. Unfortunately, I just like don't have cards that matter in this matchup. I guess I can play a Mindbreak Trap and a Portal. And then Spell Pierce on the draw seems garbage anyways. Mental Misstep. Maybe I keep it just for swords. Just play a Sphinx. Give myself another option here. It's fine. I didn't want to play. I was kind of hoping not to play against Mono White, but we have tools. We have tools for sure. We're lucky my opponent mulled a 5, I guess. Also, I probed into a Sapphire. We don't talk about that. And if I hit a Mox, no, this just can't be right. Well, I can keep. Yeah, I think we can just bottom a land. Yeah. Mana Crypt. All right. Well, can't really allow you to do that. 2 Mana Crypt hands. That's cheating. Planes. Hey, Thalia Gaming? No Thalia Gaming. I'll play my Academy because it's better if it gets wastelanded than my Volcanic. Cavern of Souls. Archon. Orc. Cleric. Human. Archon. It's bad for the home team. Don't think we're winning this one. My hand is not like remotely powerful enough. And what? Peacekeeper, yeah. Not great. Notably 3/3 vigilance is good against my 2/2 menace haste. Things are bad. They're just gonna name Bombardier. It's not like I can put this portal in play. All right, what can I draw, chat? What can I draw? Tinker Sphinx? Classic out. Tinker Sphinx. Maybe they just name Tinker because who cares about this card? Maybe they can name. Yeah, because Fury doesn't do anything. They're in the tank. They don't know. But I mean, without Portal, Tinker's not even that good. They're tanking though. Well, they named the Bombardiers. Take 2. Don't really have enough. I can't throw anything at this, unfortunately. Ooh. Yeah, let's get that into play. How much mana does this give me? 3, 6, 8? If I draw my basic island, I can also throw this at the Archon. 3, 6, 8. I'm almost at Portal. Unfortunately, it's an Archon, but if I were to hit basic island, I would slam a 9 mana Portal. Oh, well. Now I won't. All right, so I can attack and throw a Mox at a Thalia. Or I can just throw a Manifold at this thing. I'll just throw a Mox at a Thalia. Yeah. Oh, wait. Throwing a Mox at a Thalia with a Caracas in play is a little silly, huh? So I think we just play a Bombardier, kill that. They have a Swords? Wow. Last card, Swords. They have Swords. They're just like trying to figure out if they're allowed to tap their Caracas, which they can because I can't cast another spell. They're like rereading Boast. Oh, they're going to let me attack? That's notably bad for you. It cost me 2 to activate. I didn't think about that, but I thankfully had the 2. Cool. I didn't think about that at all, but I had about a jillion mana, so. Nope. 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 Illegal. I am unblockable. Sorry, friend. I rate that as a no-go. No shot. Take 2. Illegal blocking. Illegal blocking. All right. So I can, if they ever tap the Caracas, I can kill the Thalia. Oh, they're going in. We're racing. I'm at 12. They're going to be at 14. They have no follow-up creature, but they have hardcast Solitude now. Ancestral Recall. That is unfortunate. All right. I'm going to cast Ancestral Recall. I would like to like play Bombardier and cast it on their turn. I just can't. Okay. All right, now we got game. So they did have a Swords. They should have just sword. Oh, they wanted. They couldn't tap their Caracas. They should have just Swords me last turn. Oh, they have Path to Exile. That is different than Swords, notably. Okay, so I take another 4, but then I have Fury. I can't do the magical Christmas Land Bombardier play because I have to. I can only play 1 spell a turn until I kill the Archon. But I think I should just cast Fury. Boom. They can return the Thalia, but I can counter it on the way down. So now I can counter and then maybe play double Breaches. I mean, we're winning here for sure. I do want to counter it just because they have a Thalia Caracas loop. Oh, they have an uncounterable Archon. Okay. They should play that per second, I guess. I don't know. Oh, they're reconsidering. They have another cavern. No. So now they can play uncounterable Thalia into Archon. Okay. Notably bad for me. Oh, right. Nice play. These are both legendaries. Okay. The bad news is I can make them pick up the Thalia. Also, this I actually should probably just play this while the Thalia is helping me pay for the Boromir tax. So I can that actually gives me an additional mana. That's not so I can go bombers and breaches. This thing has first strike. Oh, it's a Caracas though. That's fine. If they Caracas it, then I just shoot the Thalia. So I'm gonna go to combat. Attack. I'm just gonna make a token. It's gonna up my academy. And then I'm gonna throw the Mox at the Thalia. Oh, I could throw the Breeches at the No, I can't throw anything at the Boromir. Throw the Mox at the Thalia. They can either save it or they can block save on the Fury, but things are going great. Okay, they're gonna save it. This thing is unblockable. They take 8. And then next turn I can just throw the Fury for 7. So this looks kind of winning to me. They kind of have to Caracas bounce Breaches to attack here. Oh, I guess they could have sacrificed this to gain indestructible. Well, this is kind of cool. This is some cube right here, some modern, some creature math. F3, 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 F3. They're gonna play. Oh, they did not play it off their human. Sorry, friend. It's a vital mistake. Oh no, mine was a vital mistake. There's a Boromir. All right, I'm bad. It's fine. I forgot. So if there was a Thalia in play, I could pay for it. Because there was no longer a Thalia in play, I could not pay for it. So now they can play a Thalia after, and then they can bounce my Caracas. Okay, things are getting harder for sure. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, this thing is Vigilance? This thing has First Strike. We're just both throwing it back and forth. Okay. They should just bounce the Breaches. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wheel and deal? That shouldn't be necessary. So I can attack and make it so this can't block, and then throw it at the Thalia, throw a Mox at the Thalia. That will deal exactly 10. Or this can deal 7. I have to hit somewhere. Yeah. Oh my god, I get 2 triggers? Wait, this card's nasty. So I make it so this can't block, and I get a treasure token, so then I play a portal post-combat too. All right, whatever. Okay, I didn't play that game super clean because I did force for no reason. The force was completely irrelevant, so it's fine. They also attack with a Boromir. I think that I would win this game because I would be able to... Even if they had a Boromir... They should have bounced this Breeches, right? If they had simply not attacked, bounced the Breeches before in the beginning of combat, what does that let me do? I'm actually pretty sure we're not supposed to win this game, but it's tough. There's a lot of things happening and a bunch of new cards, so. All right, we're here for round 3, or we're going back in time for round 3 because the perils of off-stream content have caught up to me again. There's no chat to tell me that I'm muted or my camera's off or it's the wrong scene. So we're going to go through this round 3 here via replay. Should be no problem. You know, be able to get the same experience. Here's my opening hand. It's no good. Just too much air, not enough stuff. Mulligan. Immediately rewarded with a nice Ancestral Recall hand. I considered putting back a land, but I felt like we really wanted to have blue for Ancestral Spell Pierce. Which means we can't really put back this off-color Moxen. We've had some land troubles before, so I kind of want to keep that. Unfortunately, putting Twister away does mean we don't have as many blue cards, but it's a thing we have to do probably. So Twister goes back. I play a fetch land. I pass. Obviously, we have the option of Ancestraling on my opponent's upkeep. I think that's not as good as holding up in Spell Pierce and looking to maybe play Ancestral with Spell Pierce and force backup drawing a blue card on the next turn. So I choose not to cast Ancestral on the upkeep. My opponent has a Moxen fetch start and a pass. It looks really bad for us. It's going to be hard to resolve an Ancestral. We draw a Fury, which is probably one of the worst possibles here. Not a blue card, not a land, not a Moxen. Opponent cycles Street Wraith. Street Wraith is indicating that my opponent is on Doomsday. This hand is actually fairly reasonable against Doomsday. We have a Spell Pierce and an Ancestral Recall. Force of Will. These are all good cards. Obviously, the Fury is terrible. I noted when this happened that my opponent probably should fetch before casting Preordain so that they can keep both cards if they want. They ended up on top, so now to keep both cards, they can't crack this fetch land. I am, of course, incentivized here to wait for blue cards, and of course, I draw another Fury. So I've got 2 dead draws in my hand, and I'm like a little short on resources here. I just let my opponent draw their top card here. I think I'm pretty dead. But I think it's pretty reasonable to just hold my spells and look for a good opportunity. And a good opportunity actually does present itself. My opponent goes for the Time Walk into Dark Ritual into Doomsday. And this is a pretty open spot. They only have 2 cards in hand. They've used a lot of resources. So I'm going to Spell Pierce here and see what they do. Like maybe they'll have Flusterstorm. We'll see. What they do is they Ancestral in response to this Doomsday, which actually taps them out of mana, and they only have 1 card in hand. So they can only have Mental Misstep, really. They can't have Flusterstorm or Daze or anything like that. So I'm going to use this window to cast Ancestral targeting myself. Maybe a little bit of a greedy line, but I feel like the line that's most likely to help me win the game. So I cast Ancestral, I target myself. It resolves. I do draw a double blue card, so I can force something. I decide to force the Ancestral because leaving my opponent on 1 unknown card seemed a lot stronger to me. The downside of this is that if my opponent takes their Time Walk turn and they have Doomsday plus Cantrip, say their last card is Doomsday or their last card is Cantrip, and then they draw one or the other, they can win the game. So let's see what happens. My opponent immediately taps black. I assume Doomsday. It's worse for me. It's actually Gush. They gush back their lands. They draw 2, and then they play a new land. They cast Ponder. This is a decent sign for me because it means they're still missing something. And they cast Necropotence. So we're in a really bad spot here, but there are still opportunities. It's definitely not a lost game, but it's not a good spot. They draw like 7, and they put themselves 2 lands away. We drew Cavern. Cavern, one of our best possibles. Cavern's going to let us play this uncounterable Hold Breacher, which could really mess up my opponent's plan. My opponent plays out Mox, 5 cards in hand. They play out Doomsday, which we let resolve, obviously. We want them to make their decision with the least amount of information possible. We have an uncounterable Hull Breacher. It is a telegraphed Hull Breacher, of course, because we have a Cavern-Naming Pirate and we pitched a Hull Breacher to our force. So theoretically, maybe there's a world where my opponent can make a pile that beats Hull Breacher, but it's actually quite difficult because this Doomsday is going to put them to 4 life. They have a Necropotence in play, so they can't draw for turn, and we have a Hull Breacher coming uncounterably at the end of turn. So they kind of have to beat us with the cards they already have in their hand, because they can't activate this Necropotence. So actually, I'm not even sure there is a combination of cards that would let them win here. Hull Breacher obviously resolves, and then it attacks and puts them to 1. They don't draw a card because the Necropotence skips their draw step. So they can't draw the Time Walk that's probably on top of their library. And then they die. They can't, like, activate Necropotence. So if they have, like, a removal spell in their main, then maybe they could have made a pile that activates Necropotence and puts themselves to, like, 1, and then they have, like, a removal spell to kill this Hull Breacher or something. But I'm, like, trying to think right now inside of a Doomsday list, and I can't really think of something. If you think of a pile that wins the game from this spot for, like, a normal stock Doomsday list, please let me know. Okay, and then in game 2 of round 3, I've got a hand that opens with an uncounterable Hull Breacher and a Strip Mine. I find this hand to be pretty acceptable against Doomsday. I might die on turn 1, but uncounterable Hull Breacher is pretty sweet. Play Ruby to lead around Daze. Then we play Mana Crypt and Cavern on Pirate. This time, I'm not going to, like, wait for max opportunity value. I'm just going to cycle this pirate or play this pirate in their upkeep. If I wait, they can do things like draw Ancestral for turn, cast Preordained, debate Hull Breacher, and then Ancestral in response. So that's no good. So we cast the Hull Breacher out there. They had a Street Rate they were holding. They're going to cash that in now. And then we're in a pretty good spot. We've got a Hull Breacher against Doomsday. Not a bad place. They do have a Demonic Tutor here. Demonic Tutor for cut down, and the Hull Breacher is dead, leaving me with basically nothing. I have a Dockside Extortionist, which can bring us a blue mana, because they did play another Moxen. So we can go Dockside, get a blue mana, and do some things. I think about playing it off of Cavern, but decide maybe I can draw a Hull Breacher and maybe it's not worth it. So I decided to just cast it off of Ruby. So this is just a 1/2 that gets me a treasure. And I get a blue source. With this blue source, I'm going to cast Ponder. I think it's more useful than a Time Walk here. If I draw another blue source anyways, Time Walk is still happening. This shows Force of Will, Pearl, Null Rod. I don't really have a fast enough clock, and I think the Null Rod is hurting me more, and this third Pearl draw is dead, so I just shuffle this. I draw another Darkside Extortionist, and I just play it to get a blue mana, I think. Magic Online, please. Oh no, did I break it? Magic on. Oh, we got through. Maybe? I don't know. This is the problem. Hold on. Let me just open up the recording here, and we'll just carry on from there. Here. All right, so I play... Oh, I definitely did not draw a second Dockside Extortionist. I drew a fetch land, so that's why the Magic Online is broken. So let's just watch it from here. Oh, what a scuff video. I'm sorry. I just have, like, very little time. I have to do these. I just haven't had time to stream, unfortunately. But here we go. We draw Breeches, which is actually great here. Breeches, uncounterable 3/3 first strike. That actually has a card advantage engine on it. So I've been actually really impressed with this Breeches. The one Breeches has been doing pretty good work in both games we've seen it so far. Uncounterable Breeches. Whenever any Goblin or Pirate attacks, I get the trigger. So I attack with this Dockside Extortionist. I exile my top card. I can play it till end of turn. In a really, really strong spot here. I only hit a Pearl, so that's no good. But I play the Pearl, obviously, and we strip mine one of their lands away. This strip mine is very important. Keeps them pretty far away from Doomsday. They can't go, like, land off the top into Doomsday. It ends up being that they don't actually have another land at all, so we could just go to our next turn here. They cycle a Street Wraith because there's no Hull Breacher, but they still didn't find anything. They only have 13 life right now. So then it's our next turn. We draw Black Lotus, which doesn't really do anything. We attack and we get 2 triggers because these are both pirates. We can only do the exile ability once. So 1 treasure token and 1 exile ability. We exile a Gataxian probe, so we're going to get to see their hand. We're going to hit them down to 9. Pretty strong. It's possible I'm just supposed to pay the mana here for this probe, but I'm pretty sure I just pay life because what's 2 life between friends? Opponent's hand is Force, Doomsday, Flusterstorm. So they have nothing to beat onboard creatures. We actually have an uncounterable Hull Breacher, so no matter what my opponent draws here, they are almost assuredly dead. I think they tank for a little while, and they cast Demonic Consultation, which is interesting. There's not that many things you can name with this Demonic Consultation, because if you cast Doomsday on this turn, it's going to be 9 half rounded down all the way to 4, and I have 4 power already in play. So what my opponent does is they cast Demonic Consultation, and they name Ancestral Recall. Ancestral Recall has the ability for them to draw into Lotus, Street Wraith, Doomsday for land, maybe for lethal. So there's like definitely a world where this Demonic for Ancestral wins them the game. However, we have a Hull Breacher, so we actually have that covered. And also the fact that they are demonicking for an Ancestral means if the Ancestral is in their top 6 cards, they automatically mill out their whole deck, which they do, and they die. Obviously, you can mill out other things. Looks like they brought in Murktide Region here. We actually have that covered by Pyroblast, which is really, really nice. But yeah, actually a really nice win against Doomsday. Sorry for the scuffed round 3. We'll see you in round 4. All right, looks like we're right back at it versus, I think this is the same player as last time, so maybe another Doomsday matchup, which is quite good for us considering that seems like it's one of our playable matchups. I really think our best matchups are probably like Doomsday and Jules because we have uncounterable Hull Breacher, so. Flooded Strand. I have a really nice hand, turn 1 Hull Breacher. I've got Mental Misstep. Definitely just going to cash in Mental Misstep on Dark Ritual. Basically always cash in Mental Misstep on Dark Ritual. It's like really, really, really strong. It's hard to cast Doomsday. Cost triple black. When you counter Dark Ritual, you end up in a really powerful spot. Can buy you multiple turns because a lot of times opponents' hands are not really set up to like have a fallback from there. So love to draw a blue spell here. A blue spell would have let us cast Hull Breacher and have Force backup, which would have been very strong. Don't have that. It's possible we're supposed to play Mana Vault to play around Daze. I'm probably trying not to cast this Hull Breacher unless they like give me a really big cash in. Because I would much rather have Force backup, obviously. So my opponent has Demonic, which we're not too worried about. If they want to go something like Lotus Doomsday here, it's not even a huge deal for us. I do think I am regretting not playing this Mana Vault out. It's just like good use of my mana at the time. And there wasn't a huge downside. So I definitely regret not playing that Mana Vault out. Now I'm still going to play it out. I'm going to not cast Ponder. I'm just going to keep Force Hull Breacher in my hand. My opponent cast Demonic Tutor, so either they're going for Ancestral or they're going for Dark Ritual Doomsday again. Of course, they have to go Dark Ritual for Doomsday because they have this island. They Demonicked and pass, which indicates to me that they are going to Ancestral on my upkeep. Maybe they'll have Negation back up in this case. I'm just going to hold. All right. I'm just going to still hold. We're almost at the point where we can play Hull Breacher and Hardcast Force. We actually can do that. I think that's typically going to be worse because my because that puts me exposed to Flusterstorm. So Ancestral, Hull Breacher, Demonic. I'll let them Demonic. They're Demonic for Force almost assuredly here. They named Preordain, so they have a Force in their hand, and they're looking for a card to pitch. So they play Force. We play Force. 2 cards left. I get a Hull Breacher. I get Ancestral Recall Treasures. I have 1 card left. They have 2 cards left, and I have a Hull Breacher, so good spot. They hit Fetch Land. Are they going to play a Doomsday? Dark Ritual. Doomsday. There's no reason to Dark Ritual, right? Casting Dark Ritual doesn't do anything here, so I would just hold the Dark Ritual. So they're going to make a Doomsday pile, and they have to make a Doomsday pile that beats a Hull Breacher attacking them from 7. So they have Time Walk. So how do they do this? They have Time Walk, and they have Demonic Tutor, and they have a fetch land, maybe. So if they go... Time Walk is their 5th card. Demonic Tutor for an Oracle is down to 3 cards. They need to get rid of 1 more card, right? I'm not sure how you do this. So Time Walk is 1 for sure. Time Walk is your best. Demonic Tutor takes away a card. A fetch land would take away a card. I guess we'll find out, huh? 14 life is actually pretty key because it means it's not 2 attacks from Hull Breacher. I also have a lot of draws that will help me here. Any counter spell. Another creature is winning. Twister is probably a good one for sure. Probably better to hold my land drop in case I draw Academy. They just shuffle their Doomsday in, but they don't. Nothing else changes. I drew Force. I have enough that I can cycle this. Okay. Just play this guy and attack. That's gonna be lethal on the next turn, and I have Force Misstep. All right. And they also had to shuffle, so they don't even have their like Time Walk on top anymore. I don't know if they built a pile that beats a Hull Breacher in play there at 7 life. If you know a pile that beats a Hull Breacher in play there with no cards in hand on 7 life, please let me know. I guess there's gonna be a lot of people building Doomsday piles in the comments of this video. All right, so Pyroblast, Null Rod, Trap is what we brought in, and we took out a Braid and Furies. I do think that leaving in these Dockside seems a little bit better than playing Furies, so I kind of wish I had played like a second Breeches. This card has been pretty sweet. Okay, I mean, this hand has a counter spell and a Mindbreak trap, spell pierce and a Mindbreak trap. I'm pretty into this hand. Obviously, it's a Mold to 6, but it's pretty good Mold to 6, all things considered. Yeah. I'm gonna fetch the minute they fetch, so I don't get opposition agented. I guess I'll do it on their upkeep now. It's fine. Wish I had more cards to take out. Obviously, Mountain is pretty garbage in this matchup. Don't think I'm playing this Bombardier on turn 3. Oh, now I am. I was going to say, I don't think I should play it because I want to make sure I have Spell Pierce up, but... All right, get in there, Gray Ogre. All right, I have Spell Pierce Trap still. This is kind of a weak spot for me because I don't have the ability to pay for Flusterstorm or Daze or anything. But I think I need to get my threat in play, so... We also have worlds where like a Twister could win, which is kind of fun. Gosh, you got it. I can't imagine I win this game. My opponent is at an extreme advantage, but there's a chance. Like they're just basically going off with the cantrip engine here. I don't really have a lot of thing. All right. That's a nice place to start. They're going to pitch to hand size. I'm okay with that. It's going to be a land for sure. Now I have a lot of options. Oh, Force is a great draw. I don't think I'm allowed to increase the clock with Bombardiers right now. I kind of need all the mana that I have. I have Force, Spell Pierce, Trap, which is a pretty good set of anti-Doomsday cards. And hopefully I'll have a bunch of mana as well. Fetch this now. It's fine. Attack. Again, I think the increased clock of throwing a Mox for a shock is worse than having extra mana. Even this Time Twister could be used as a lethal kill condition at versus some draws. Definitely going to let Doomsday resolve and fight afterwards. This is going to do a bunch of damage to them, and hopefully we can win on the post-Doomsday scenario. I'm not super happy about this spot, but it's a pretty reasonable spot. See what happens. They're going to go 13 rounded down to 6, which means we actually don't have a lethal attack, unfortunately, unless we hit something that we can throw. Even like, I guess Fury's gone, but like, even like a Dockside Extortionist is a 4-point damage throw, which might be enough. This definitely makes me like, okay, they're going to Street Wraith. They're at 4. So now we have lethal on the table, so they have to win the game here through my counter war. See what they do. This is going to be a Gush. Down to 2 cards. Should I simply trap this Gush? They're not going to have a lot of blue mana. I should have looked what's in this pile. There is a Lotus in this pile. All right, I'm just going to trap this Gush. I don't know what the current storm count is. It's not on my screen. They're going to force back. Force back. Spell Pierce is not a great spot. Storm count is 6 now. Why did it all of a sudden show me the storm count? If they Flusterstorm, though, they only have 1 mana floating, so I can Spell Pierce the Gush at the top of the stack here. So let's see. So if they have another force, they do. They pitched Flusterstorm. Wow. So they had Force, Chain, Force, Fluster, Gush. So I believe we're simply dead because they have too much floating mana. That's what I was saying. I think we didn't have enough counter magic. Could I have played this any differently? No, they just had too much mana, right? There was just no point in this stack where I could have spell pierced. It's pretty unfortunate. Maybe I should have thrown a Mox in if my Flusterstorm was so far. If they had Flusterstormed, we actually would have been fine, I guess. But maybe they could have had Force blue card. I guess they probably had no more blue cards at that point. Yeah, I mean, I think we cast the right spells. It just didn't work out. The only thing that we could have considered is maybe throwing a Mox earlier because we weren't able to pay for Fluster anyways. If we threw a Mox earlier, it only deals like half the damage though because of Doomsday, right? Yeah, I'm willing to keep this one. It's a little bit of an awkward hand, obviously, but we have the ability to go Hull Breacher on turn 2. We have Misstep to cover turn 1. We have a blue source. This is definitely within my range of keeps. They're on a mold of 5 now. That's good. Definitely less happy to have a mountain, obviously, but I am happy to have a land, so I guess we just take these. I will literally mental misstep any possible thing here. I just need to give myself the highest opportunity. Obviously, I'd like to hold misstep for Dark Ritual, but if my opponent's on a mold of 5, I think it makes way more sense to just hit them with the thing. It might, if I draw a land, it might even be better to strip mine them. I didn't draw a land. Okay, like it might even be better to strip mine them. I'm gonna give them the opportunity to do a cantrip again, though. This time I'm not gonna go upkeep. Though I guess I'm telegraphing it again. So I get punished here if my opponent has an Ancestral in their hand. Or Daze. Or Brainstorm. Okay, I should just done it on my turn. That's my own fault. I keep doing this where I play a Hold Breacher, like trying to get max value, and it's just like not actually the correct play. But that's on me. Looks like we still resolved a Hold Breacher, which is nice. Land would be great. Null Rod. All right, I think I'm still interested in playing another Hold Breacher before I Null Rod strip mine. Obviously, my opponent can have the combo here, but the Constellation combo. They have their one Demonic Consultation plus one of their 2 Oracles. Yeah, they just have the combo. Okay, I mean, this game is entirely my own fault. If I simply play the Hold Breacher on my turn, I can't lose. And instead, I can't lose, but like I'm just probably winning this game. My opponent can't do that. If I strip mine them, it's a better spot. I threw this game. I threw this game for sure. Wait, why didn't I just wheel? I guess they had Flusterstorm open. What am I doing? They had Flusterstorm and Daze open. They like also like don't have to force Hold Breacher if they have Consult Kill. So it's like possible they have counter magic as well. Let me just look. Force is not force. Fluster. Okay. I probably just win this game if I play better. That's my fault. Sorry, chat. I just rushed it. All right, here we go. This is the 5th and final round of this league. Sorry about round 4. I think I just played a little fast and rushed it and missed some pretty reasonable lines. So I'll try to make sure that this one doesn't end up in the same vein. This hand is a little threat light, obviously, but I think the upside of having a hand that has a turn 1 Hold Breacher and the ability to strip mine covers a lot of bases. Unfortunately, it doesn't cover a lot of the bases that our opponent might play in their range. Knowing my opponent, this might be a bad keep, but I kind of actually think in the blind, I'm pretty okay with this style of keep. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It covers a pretty nice set of blue decks and Saga and Workshop and all that. So not really prison shops and not really an aggro decks. It doesn't cover those super well, but it's okay. It's actually pretty resilient to Mental Misstep, which is really nice. It represents Hardcast Force. The biggest problem with this hand is going to be if it doesn't cover the right bases, or 2, it just like draws too many lands and dies. Uh-oh. So I'm thinking it might be Goblins. Yeah, it's Goblins. This is something I was extremely worried about. Because Hull Breacher just does not cover Goblin combo. And they just resolve a turn 1 Snoop. Wait, they can make infinite on their next turn, but only in their upkeep. So that doesn't actually do anything for them, I think. All right, draw a wheel or twister. We drew a goblin. Wow, that is so good. That's just incredible here. It's just going to pick off a creature every turn. They're just super dead to this. That's wild how good Bombardier is here. Shoot this down with my Mana Crypt. Wow, that is so crazy. I was bewildered by how good of a draw that was. And now they have to draw this Kiki Jiki and they're just dead. Okay, Bombardier. Wow, that was sick. All right, I don't actually have removal in my deck, so I guess I will bring in this portal and I will take out, I don't know, Spell Pierce. I guess I can bring in this. I don't have enough cards to bring in, really. Theoretically, a trap could be more useful, maybe. I don't know. These cards are all bad for what it's worth. We'll just roll with it. We don't really have a sideboard for Goblins because we decided we had enough removal. I guess that's true. Like, Bombardiers and Fury combines for a lot of removal in our main. So, kind of nice. Mindbreak, Trap, Negation, Land. I feel like this is a kind of hand that now I know what my opponent's on. I should just never keep, right? I need to find my hands that have, like, Furies and stuff. So I should just move. All right, this one looks a lot better. Just get rid of this Time Walk because I don't have any blue mana. Though, if I had kept Negation, I could have negated this Ruby. Oh my god, my Negation Mindbreak Trap hand was going to be nuts. It's funny how that works, huh? My Negation Mindbreak Trap hand would have been really nice. It's kind of sad. Okay, sure. I'm not willing to pitch this Fury right now. So this dress down will cover me from some bad things happening. Yeah, it's actually pretty sad because I think if I had simply just like, I would have negated this Ruby and then they would have played Mana Crypt Goblin and we would have Mindbreak Trapped it. I don't know. I feel like this is just a very unlikely scenario. Okay. I want them to activate this thing, and then I'm going to dress down to remove the haste. And then they're tapped out, and I can Fury their board. I was really hoping I could just cast this Pirate. Maybe I can. It's first striking, actually. Maybe I can get away with just casting this Pirate. I'm gonna try. I feel like this game is in a pretty bad position if I just cast Fury and do nothing. Maybe I can like get away with cast Fury Strip Mine here, but this thing's a 3/3 first striker. Yeah, it's possible I could have just gotten away with Strip Mine Fury, but I just was so worried. Like, this Force of Will draw does not inspire confidence. And this thing is a 3/3 first striker, so... Also, I can attack and make a treasure and cast Fury next turn. Oh, though, unfortunately, this Recruiter means they have combo on top of their library after this, probably. It might make things difficult. That could definitely make things difficult here. If we draw a blue card, we can actually strip mine this Cavern of Souls and then counter the Snoop. To see what happens. Name sticker, name sticker, name sticker, battle cry, Bombarder, Snoop. I don't understand. What does this pile do? I guess theoretically, even if they just like, they didn't have a land the other turn, right? So a strip mine just might get them anyways. So I guess that afterwards they can just do like Oh, they have a courier right now. Okay. Oh, they're gonna blow up my mocks. Okay. Okay, so now I can actually... Wait a second. How much does this give me? 2. I can just pitch cast Fury, kill their board, and strip mine them, attack and make a treasure. I think that's the best. Definitely create a treasure is going to give me more options next turn where I exile cards. And the top of my opponent's library, I don't know what order they put these in, but if it's Snoop on top, it's good for me. I guess if it's Name Sticker Goblin, it's bad. Oh, it's Bombardiers. They can't kill this, though. So that's fine. Interesting. Maybe they have a Muxus in their hand. Almost wish I had a Null Rod. Volcanic Island. That's not a good draw here. Hopefully this Breeches will draw us something good off of exile. A land. Okay. Hoping they have Snoop on top and not something else here, but see what happens. If I go on treasure, I could have hard cast force, but I think it was better to go for a random card. Like they have a mana crypt. Maybe it's not. I guess like if I just force... Okay, they're going recruiter now. They can throw the recruiter at the patches. Oh, okay. I fucked up again. Man. I mean, this was in their hand. We didn't know about it, but they could have done that with a name sticker goblin too. So I played this game extremely badly. I should have just created a treasure token and hard cast force whatever they played, and then I'm in a much better spot, and I can go for a new card next turn. Yeah, that was silly. I mean, to be fair, like I would have to force a thing every turn, but I would at least get 3 more damage in. But yeah, this is extremely bad for me because they just throw this thing at my Breeches, and then I have no board anymore, so I have to draw Fury basically. Pretty gross. I guess I could still win with mana crypt flips, so I shouldn't concede or anything, but oh they did they can do it now. I've just like been doing it in combat, so yeah, okay. I'm just gonna hold this land. Drew Pearl. Alright, well. It is what it is. All I have is what I have. I am going to be able to counter their thing no matter what, though. So if I can get 2 flips in a row, I can win this game. Or I can draw another Bombardier, too. This crypt hates me. Oh, I hope it continues to hate you. Yeah, I think this would have ended up the same kind of scenario, but I would have gotten like 3 more damage in, right? So, pretty big misplay. They can throw the crypt. Why don't they just throw the crypt? I just drew another land. So am I dead? I'm just dead. Well, hopefully the crypt kills them. They'd lost the flip and died. All right, I got a little lucky there. GG's. I think they should just build their pile slightly differently where they can throw this crypt. That's my opinion, though. All right, we actually ended up with a 3-2 here. This should have been a 4-1 for sure. I've misplayed a pretty much a 1 game versus Doomsday. The matchup versus Bergamo, we just didn't really have the right options, which is kind of weird because we actually do have all this removal with Broadside Bombers and Fury. We kind of like didn't hit the right lands. Maybe we could have fetched some basics instead and played it a little differently. Our things kind of lined up a little poorly there. It felt like we had some bad blue counts, but I don't feel like our blue count was that bad, right? It was still 21. Not really sure. But I mean, this worked pretty well. I was really impressed with this card. Breeches, Eager, Pillager seems quite strong. And Broadside Bombers was good too. Broadside Bombers was totally playable here. So interesting. Definitely a line you can take if you are interested in playing some Cavern of Souls and some blue cards. So hope you enjoyed that. Sorry for the scuffed round 3 and the thrown round 4. Sometimes it happens. I'm not perfect. But I do put more vintage content out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll see you then.